Hi, YouTube. I just wanted to share this with you because I thought it was really funny. Because Glenn Beck was the guy who really got me started on everything. Um, but he really does tell you. He says, "Don't take my word for it. Do your own homework." And that's what I did. A few months down the road, finally, I eventually got around to it, did my own homework, and I realized real quick, hey, this guy's he's lying to me. He's not really telling me the whole story. And what's funny is that I think he's very conscious of what he's doing. I think the guy is very well aware, and I think he's very arrogant, telling people consistently to, hey, do your own homework, don't take my word for it, because he knows if people did that, he'd be out of a job. But I think it's pretty arrogant because he knows, majority of people, they're not going to do that. So, and then what's funny is he really, out of anybody in the mainstream media, he really does kind of occasionally talk about the skull and bones and the Federal Reserve and all this kind of stuff. So it's pretty hypocritical and contradictory and unbelievable that he doesn't know what he's doing when he uses the same logo for his clothing line. But anyway, Glenn Beck electing Hillary Clinton is a moral, ethical choice. Oh man. Blaze founder Glenn Beck took to his Facebook page, told his followers, abandon support of Donald Trump. And if such an action results in the election of Hillary Clinton, so be it, because at least it is a moral, ethical choice. I really hope he lost a lot of his followers after saying this, because he should. But everything's the cycle, it's rise and fall, so this could be his fall, should be his fall. Because this is, I mean, talk about what you want about these guys in the mainstream media. This guy consistently, for on a daily basis for a long time, talked about Benghazi more than just about anybody did in the mainstream media. And he called Hillary Clinton a criminal. Seriously. I used to listen. It was very entertaining because I still listened for a while whenever I started waking up because it was funny. But he did. Called her a criminal on almost a daily basis because blamed her because she was Secretary of State at the time and said it was a gun running operation gone bad that all involved this prisoner swap with that blind sheet guy. So it's really funny to me to see this guy turn around a few years later and say, really, she's kind of a moral, ethical choice. Wow. And then just to add insult to injury, it's funny, glennbeck.com, by Glenn, December 2015. Get ready for big things with American Dream Labs in 2016. It's going to be a great 2016. And then 9 months later, glennbeck.com by Glenn. American Dream Labs needs to exist separate and apart from Mercury, because that's his company, because, he named it after a Roman, or was it a Roman god, Greek god, whatever. Instead of, because he preaches to you all the time about Jesus and this and that, but you notice it's not named Jesus, or it's not named Heavenly Father, it's named Mercury, his company. But American Dream Lab needs to exist separate. That's a divorce. So 9 months ago, you say, hey, get ready for big things. Now it's, meh, we're kind of going to do our own thing. We're kind of splitting up. This is just why I don't trust these people. Why I think and I think this guy, maybe not all of them, maybe they're really not all conscious of what they're doing because of heavy demonic possession, darkness, whatever you want to call it. But I think this guy is very well aware. And I just thought it was funny whenever I saw this. And it's hilarious to see these people. I mean, it's not just him, it's all of them. I mean, I've been doing this for 5 years. My stance, my position hasn't changed. It's so funny whether it be a guy from Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, but they all, including just the channels themselves, every anchor period, the whole perspective. They say one thing and they stand for it and they believe in it and they preach to you and say you should believe this too. And then a few years later, sometimes even hours later, they turn around and they tell you the exact opposite. But this time say the same thing. Yeah, I know this is, even they don't even admit it. So most of the time they don't admit it. Say, well, I know I told you this before. No, they'll just tell you something completely different, the complete opposite, and say, now this is the right way and you should believe it. It's funny. Thanks to my subscribers.